G'day all you wonderful people, welcome to Adventure Together. My name's Al and today I'm going to talk about the 3 big things that I learned on my Appalachian Trail through hike. As many of you know and can appreciate, 6 months walking through the woods will give you a different perspective on life. So the following are the 3 big things that I took away from my Appalachian Trail through hike. The first thing that I learned was that I don't need so much stuff. I have surrounded myself with material possessions, and whilst I was on trail, I had to learn to live with just the essential things that I needed to get through the day. But it's not just that. Whilst you're traveling, you are constantly thinking of ways to lighten your load and make things easier for yourself and make your pack a little less heavy and the burden of the weight that you're carrying to be even less. So whilst you're hiking through the mountains, you're thinking about things that you're carrying that have only one purpose and thinking how you can get something else to do that role. This might be, instead of carrying a knife and nail clippers, that you might just get a small pair of scissors and do away with the nail clippers and the knife. There are constant adjustments as you're on trail, and you're always thinking about ways you can get rid of things that you're carrying that you don't need. So after 2,200 miles of hiking, you come back to a home full of things and you wonder why you need them. So that's the first big thing that I learned, is that I do not need to surround myself with so much stuff. I need to get rid of it, and I need to live life in a less cluttered way and get rid of a lot of possessions that I don't use and don't need. The second big thing that I learned is that the world is noisy. Now, it didn't take me to get to the end of the trail to learn this. This happened every single time we went into a town to resupply. When you're walking through nature and everything around you is peaceful and quiet and you can only hear bird song and the sounds of your own footsteps, then when you get to town and the roads are busy with cars and people and you can smell the exhaust fumes and the brake dust and everything is overwhelming your senses, the noise, the smells, the light pollution, everything seems like it is far too much. It is a sensory overload when you come back into the real world from being in nature. Before I went away on the hike, I used to listen to music all of the time, in the gym, when I go running, when I was driving, but I found that when I got back, for the first few months I was back, I couldn't listen to music. I just had to have silence. So the fact that the world that we live in is a sensory overload is the second big thing that I learned on the Appalachian Trail. And the third big thing that I learned on the trail was something that I kind of knew going out there, but it was reinforced to me whilst it was on the trail, and that is that your mental health is critical. I was very fortunate on the trail to meet 2 amazing people who I hiked with the whole way, and it was fantastic to have those 2 people around me because I was able to open up about things that I hadn't been able to talk about with people that were close to me in my life. And having that kind of relationship and family around you gives you the ability to really get to grips with a lot of the things that are bothering you and on your mind. This makes it easier to deal with the challenges that you're facing day to day. And if your mental health isn't right going into the game and you're feeling depressed or anxious or overwhelmed and you're going out onto trail, some of the things like really bad weather, physical fatigue, and also being hungry, being thirsty, all of these things that you have to go through on a through hike can get overwhelming. But if you've got your mental health in a good place, then you feel that you can take on any challenge. Being able to talk to other people around you is essential. You need to be able to open up about your feelings and the things that are bothering you. If you're keeping everything repressed, even in daily life, then coupled with the sensory overload that we go through every day and all of the stresses that we go through on a daily basis with work, paying bills, maybe raising children, keeping a roof over our heads, all of these things can be overwhelming. You need to be able to vent all of your frustrations and the things that are bothering you before it becomes something that's too big to manage. Personally, I believe that mental health and physical health are 2 sides of the same coin, and they're very, very important. The 2 things interact with each other, so make sure that you're staying physically active and you build a support network around you so that you can keep on top of your mental health, because it is key to enjoying the trail and being happy in yourself day to day. So that's it. Those are the 3 big things that I learned on the Appalachian Trail. Have you learned anything massive from a through hike? Please leave it in the comments down below. If you like this video, please leave a like. Please consider subscribing and share this video to anyone that you know that likes camping, hiking and adventure travel. And for now, that's it from me. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one.